Hey ManCave-ins, we're about to review the GE C44-9W, commonly known as the GE-9 in the BNSF Frankenloco paint scheme. This is road number 4331 and it comes with sound and DCC equipped. So let's take a look at it right now. Okay, what we have here is a comparison between a Heritage 2 number 4313 and the Frankenloco 4331. You can tell a few differences here. Some of them that obviously stand out is the paint color scheme of the Heritage 2 green BNSF versus this one here being yellow. You got a slightly different cab in the front, which is a Heritage 1 cab back here. This is all Heritage 2. Exhaust stack back here is a little different than this one right up here. So there's also some yellow grills right here. You know, over here it's painted green. So the paint schemes are definitely different. Obviously that really jumps out at you, and it's an easy way to tell the Frankenloco versus a regular -9. Everything else seems to be pretty much the same. There might be little differences in some labeling, obviously. These yellow markings down here, the safety markings down here, are different. There's actually none on the newer model. So there's those kind of differences. There's definitely a little bit different look to the cab. The PTC antenna on top is a little different over here on the Frankenloco, and I'll show you a little bit more details on that as we go on. So yeah, definitely a lot of differences in the paint schemes. Yellow bands up here, thicker yellow bands are not on the Frankenloco, so it's kind of mixed up in paint schemes. So it's definitely some differences there. Okay, some of the things that you can notice between the two is the Frankenloco is on the left-hand side. And some of the things that I notice right off is the color of the coupler. Now, Scaletrains has been having issues with their N-scale couplers for a while now. They did fix the problem that they were having with how things were coupling. They were just a little bit too stiff. And so they had some black couplers that were basically their brand new couplers, but they didn't have the right tint of plastic at the time, so they put the black ones out. Now they have the right rust color of coupler that they wanted, and those are now on the new models. So you'll see some of those pre and post generation changes of couplers on a lot of their rolling stock. They did that with some of their covered hoppers when they switched those things out. So you'll see that out there. Other changes is not a whole lot. It pretty much looks identical between the two. Maybe a slightly different angle on the hood. As you can see, a little bit more less green on this one than you can on this one, so you can see the triangular shape hangs down a little bit lower than it does on this one. So that's defining that H1 hood, so, or the cab itself. So it's a little bit different cab, even though it looks fairly similar. It's really hard to tell the differences between the two. The paint scheme in the front looks identical, so it's pretty much all good there. The other thing that is different on top is you can see the differences in the antenna array that's up on top versus the other style right there. And so you can also see the difference on the very top with the silver exhaust stack way back here, and the other one here is the same color as the top. It's green. It's pretty much hidden away. Okay, this is the other side, the right hand side of the locomotive, and you can kind of see definitely a little bit of difference here. With the Frankenloco in the back, you can definitely tell that there's something wrong with the paint on these air canisters right here. It looks like they're all kind of, it's missing some paint or something, or it is kind of weathered. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to do a little research on that and ask whether or not that's supposed to be there like that. Maybe that's how the picture of it kind of looked and how it came out, I guess. But other than that, it's pretty much the same differences on this side as the other. A little bit more detail, probably with some lettering and some labeling right up here on the top versus the other one. But other than that, the same differences on this side as the other. Okay, these are the rear of the locomotives, and on this particular one, the Frankenloco is on the right hand side versus the left, and the back end pretty much looks the same together. Same paint scheme. The lines are pretty much about the same size. On this one here, the black lines seem a little thinner than over on this side, but that's okay. It really doesn't matter too much. The handrails look good. All the little markings and so forth. A couple of cut levers, MU hoses. They all look the same, and so does the back. The rear light looks the same, pretty close, if not exact. And yeah, other than that, not a whole lot of difference between the two models, except of course the coupler color. Okay, it's time to get close up with this model, and you can definitely see all the little details in here. The color of the MU hoses and the coupler itself and all the logos and the paint and everything else. All the little details, the separately applied grab irons there on the front. You got windshield wipers. You got this antenna array up here on the top. Looks pretty nice. You got sunshades on the side, even rear view mirrors. Got the truck detail, looks really, really good. You also have some, probably some logos down here that you could probably read under magnification, but I'm not magnifying very well on this particular camera. So we'll see how it goes here. But as you can see, you've got all those, that nice grill right there, the yellow grill slats kind of stand out. We've got that Frankenloco paint scheme there. We've got the exhaust hood, which is kind of covered up in like a box or something. Not sure why they did that, but got the horns up on top. Got the wheel brake, handbrake. Nice detail on the trucks, all the piping and springs and everything else you can see right there. Walkways look really nice. The grills up on top, everything molded really highly detailed, that's for sure. That's why it's called a rivet counter. Got a little bit of close-up detail here to the back. Even went as far as to paint that one top handrail black to match the line that was across there. All that detail. A couple of cut levers and so forth. Flip it around here. Go to the other side. You can see all the grill detail, labels and so forth. All the labels down the side along the walkway. And there you can see the discoloration here in the tanks. And then you've got all the detail up front as well. You can see, you can even read the -9-44CW on the front. I don't know, the labeling's kind of confusing me now. It says -9-44CW, and then the other boxes and other stuff says GE C44-9W. So I don't know. Maybe you guys can enlighten me on this. Because when you keep flipping stuff around, I'm not sure which one is the correct one to say. I'm thinking C44-9 is the correct one to say. But there you go. It's been a close-up of this -9. Let's see how it operates. Okay, with the lights down dim and only one light on in this room, you can see that the number boards are lit with the power on. Nothing else is running, but the number boards are on. And turn on the headlight. It gets real bright. And by pressing any other buttons like F6, you get the ditch lights on. F6 turns the ditch lights off. So let's leave those on and turn off the light. So it's minimal light in here, just a little sunlight coming in through the curtains. But as you can see, the lights are fairly bright. Headlight off. Ditch lights off. Okay, with the taillight on in the back, take it out of reverse. It goes away. Turn it on. Hit the headlights. They go off. So everything's working just fine there on that. And that's basically what it kind of looks like in reality with the light on. Okay, let's do a startup sequence by pressing F8. Takes about 30 seconds to get it all up and running. So let's do a horn whistle. The bell. Okay, let's go and see what the motor control is like. So I'm going to go up to 1 speed step. So it kind of has a delay there as you start getting things going. And then it winds up and goes. And I'm still at 1 speed step. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And hit it down to 0. Momentum takes it into where it's going to stop. Go in reverse. Go up to 1 speed step. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go down to 0. You hear some of that brake squeal, and that's pretty nice. Okay, I'm not going to go through all these sounds and different things, but you do have some functions like GPU lighting using F5. You have F6s for your ditch lights. Your sound on and off and startup sequence is F8. You got different sounds, different functions. If you have drive hold on F9, the engine's just going to sit there and rev up and not move. So if you have issues like that, just be aware of that function if that one's set. And as always, when this starts up and moving with the sound on there, there's going to be a delay when you start doing it because the engine's got to rev up a little bit and kind of simulating pulling a large load and getting that train moving. So you're going to have some of those effects already built into the model. Okay, so we have this finally reviewed. Everything seems like it's pulling right, it's going up hills right. The previous review I did had an issue with the front snowplow, and the snowplow liked to hit the track as it got to the point where the track starts going uphill. It got a little close, so sometimes it would bind, and so that was a problem. It was, I think, just how it got glued on there. It was slightly lower on one side, and it jams on anything that's really high, like maybe just a slightly off piece of track even. So this one here does not have that problem. I have not experienced that anyway yet. So keep that in mind. You know, this definitely is an improvement on the previous versions. Well, ManCavians, final thoughts on this Frankenloco BNSF GE C44-9 or whatever it's called. I keep changing the nomenclature. Like, was it -9 C44 or 44CW? I don't know. I'm so confused. The box says one thing, the website says another, and either way, it's a -9. See? -9. But it's got differences. It's got actual weathering on the tank. It's got a different cab up front, slightly different angle off the hood. And it also has tinted windows, nice PTC antenna up there. Different exhaust stack kind of shroud or goes around it. Not sure why it's there, but it looks pretty cool. And all the lettering on the side is accurate and highly detailed. I mean, you can even read some of the stuff on there if you get a magnifying glass or really, really close zoom on your camera. But all in all, the motor control is excellent. I didn't even clean the track over here when I was running it, so it just didn't stop, nothing. That means all 12 wheels are getting electricity. So at any given time, you're getting electricity on this. You know, dual flywheels, you know, DCC and sound. You can also get a DCC and sound ready version. By the way, that costs $139, $140 if you round up. And this one with all the bells and whistles and lights is $235, plus shipping and handling, of course. So if you can't find this one, because this one's all sold out, you can always pick up one of the Heritage 2s or the Norfolk Southern ones from Scaletrains.com. They still have some available. They're getting limited, under about a dozen a road number left for DCC and sound and DCC ready. So, you know, you might find one of these out there in the wild in local hobby stores or online. So, if this is your first time here at DaBob's N-Scale Man Cave, consider subscribing down below and give me a thumbs up. Ring that bell so you get notified on future videos, and leave a comment down below. Tell me what you like, tell me what you did not like about this loco. If it's too bad, I'm probably going to delete it, you know, if I don't like it, you know. Maybe I'll leave it up there. I don't know. We'll see. Till next time, Man Cavians, happy model railroading. You stay off those tracks. Bye.